Yeah, get in the field.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh. And we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Alright? This is the F.O.R. Alright? Mixed with a Banya Yasharala camp all the time. We always have an elder. You know what I mean? We always come out here to these four corners. Alright? We always prophesy to the wind. Alright?
Yeah, we're out here teaching according to the word of the Heavenly Father, prophesying of the downfall of America, better known as Babylon. Good? You got the power? You got
we got juice.
Okay.
Try to speak this a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, we're out here prophesying of the downfall of America, which is known as Babylon, which is known as Sodom and Gomorrah, which is spiritually known as Egypt. But before we start prophesying, we always open up with Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter, verses 4 through 10. Go ahead.
Start where?
Verse 4. Hear, O Israel.
This is Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. Teach them diligently unto thy children. Thou shalt talk to them when thou sittest in thine house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thine house and on thy gates. And it shall be when the Lord thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly city, which thou buildest not.
So yeah, we're out here once again prophesying of the downfall of America, which is known spiritually as Babylon, which is known spiritually as Sodom and Gomorrah, which is known spiritually as Egypt. And we're prophesying that America's headed towards the Third World War. America's headed towards the Battle of Armageddon. America's headed towards thermonuclear destruction as prophesied in the Holy Bible. But prior to that happening, the society here in America is going to go through great turmoil, great catastrophe, great economical distress. Okay, Ford is going to be shutting down a lot of its plants because it has lost over $1 billion according to Donald Trump's tariffs with China. Okay, you got a lot of stores closing. You got over 5,600 stores that are closing here in America. You got Payless across the street that basically shut down all their stores. Okay, you got Save a Lot that's about to shut down a lot of their supermarkets. You got Target that's about to shut down stores. Okay, you got a lot of these retail stores that are being gone by the way of the Amazon effect, because a lot of people are basically buying their stuff online. With that being said, a lot of these jobs are going to be replaced by robots. Okay, robotics. Why is that? Because the headed towards Third World War that the Bible speaks of, according to the Bible. But what must you so called Negroes, Western Puerto Ricans do? In the Isaiah, the 34th chapter, the 16th verse. It says, seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. None shall want her mate. Now is the time to study the scriptures to understand how you're supposed to walk circumspectly with the Heavenly Father, to stay out of harm's way, to stay out of the ways of the devil that the Bible speaks of, which is the so-called white man. Isaiah, the 34th chapter, the 16th verse.
This is Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. That means study to show thyself approved, a workman rightfully dividing the word of truth. All right, go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
No one of these, meaning no one of these prophecies found in the Holy Bible will fail. Every prophecy that has been prophesied in the Bible has come to pass. There's only a couple of prophecies left. The prophecy of the so-called white man going into captivity, the prophecy of America headed toward the Third World War, the prophecy of race wars happening in the streets of America. That America is going to be broken down economically, spiritually, and finally physically. Go ahead.
None shall want her mate.
None shall want her mate. You can't make the Bible with the Quran. You can't make the Bible with Islam. You can't make the Bible with the book of the dead, Egyptology. You can't make the Bible with Zennism, Buddhism, Confucianism. You can't make the Bible with no other book. The Bible stands on its own merit. The Bible deals with archaeology, biblical history, biblical prophecy. It deals with moral, civil, dietary, and ceremonial laws found in the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible. The 2 tablets of stone that Moshe received at Mount Sinai, and he brought back down to the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
For my mouth, we have communion, and his spirit has gathered them.
So the Most High has communicated with his prophets to teach you of how to get yourself in order with the Heavenly Father. How do we know this? Give me Isaiah. I believe the 28th chapter, verses 9 and 10. Who shall he teach wisdom, then are we bread drawn from milk? Isaiah 28, verse 9 and 10, I believe. That is. All right, go ahead.
This is Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 9.
Chapter 28.
No.
All right, go ahead.
Chapter 28, verse 9.
Go ahead.
Who shall he teach knowledge? And who shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weak from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So the Bible deals with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It deals with 613 laws, okay? It deals with moral, civil, dietary, and ceremonial laws found in the Bible. But in order to understand that, you must piece the Old Testament with the New Testament and the book in the Bible, which sits in the middle between the Old and New Testament, known as the Apocrypha, which is a continuation of certain stories and chapters that you read in the Bible. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
So precept upon precept. You must make the Bible with from the Old Testament to the New Testament, and things that you read in the New Testament, you must link it back to the Old Testament to get the complete picture of what's being explained in the chapter and in the verse. All right, and that's how you must study the scriptures. Old versus new, new versus old, and also deal with the Apocrypha. Why is that? Because America is being judged by the word of the Heavenly Father. All right. And what we're coming out here to warn you so-called Negroes, Western Puerto Ricans, that you must get yourself in order with the Heavenly Father. Why is that? Because America is being judged. Give me Isaiah, the 30th chapter, verses 1 and 2. Yeah, go ahead. Isaiah 30, verse 1 through 3. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
And the rebellious children are you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Dominicans, Panamanians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, North American Indians, Seminole Indians, Argentinians, Chileans, Colombians, Brazilians, Uruguayans, and Mexicans. You are those rebellious children that refuse to hearken unto the word of the Heavenly Father. You're so caught up in America. You're so worried about LeBron and the LA Lakers. You're so worried about the Los Angeles Rams. You're so worried about the Oakland Raiders. You so worried about Blueface, okay? You so you about worried about the NFL draft. You need
Jr. goes to the Browns.
Odom Beckham Jr. going to the Browns, okay? You worried about trivial things, but you better be worried about these police. You better be worried about these skinheads. You better be worried about these white militia groups out here. You better be worrying about the Klan, okay? The white supremacists. You better be worrying about them because they got a plan for you, which does not include a bright future. They're preparing for race wars, okay? They're stockpiling arms. They're stockpiling ammunition. They're stockpiling weapons of mass destruction, all right? To come against you so-called Negroes, Western and Puerto Ricans listed on this sign, the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
Come. And that cover with that covering was out of my spirit.
And you have a covering, but not of the spirit of the Heavenly Father. Your cover is that of America. That cover is that being a Democrat. That cover is that being a Republican. That cover is believing that America is going to rejuvenate itself. Make America great again, which is cold. Make America white again. Read.
That they may add sin to sin.
And you have added sin to sin by breaking the Shabbat, which is from Friday night sundown to Saturday night sundown. No buying and selling, no personal pleasure, no partying or reveling, all right?
Come.
No cooking on the Shabbat, all right? You're adding sin to sin by celebrating all these pagan holidays, like Thanksgiving, like Christmas, like New Year's Eve, like Easter, okay? Like the 4th of July, like Veterans Day, all right? Like Labor Day. You celebrate all these pagan holidays like Valentine's Day, Sweeties Day, okay, Mother's Day, Father's Day. But the only day that you're not celebrating is found in the Holy Bible, such as the Day of Atonement, okay, such as Passover that's about to come up on April 18th at sundown, such as the Feast of Unleavened Bread, such as the Day of Pentecost. All right, you're not celebrating the proper convocation found in the Holy Bible. You're celebrating all these paganism and falsehood that you have been taught here in America. Okay, go ahead.
That walk to go down into Egypt.
Egypt is a spiritual word. Well, it's a physical place known as Egypt, but America is spiritually known as Egypt. How can we prove that? Go to the book of Revelation, 11th chapter, the 8th verse. Let me get this. Got it. Revelation, 11th chapter, the 8th verse. Go ahead.
Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. Their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
And their dead bodies shall lie in that great city, which is spiritually called Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. And that place is referring to America. America is spiritually known as Egypt because you came to America on cargo slave ship in the year 1619. In the year 2019 that we're in right now, it marks the 400-year mark. That the Most High said after 400 years, he might redeem you out of this captivity here in America. And then America is also known spiritually as Sodom and Gomorrah. Why is America known spiritually as Sodom and Gomorrah? Because it is known for promoting homosexuality. It's known for promoting bestiality. It's known for promoting pedophilia, okay? It's known for promoting all types of wickedness and evil and incest and wickedness in high places here in America. So their dead bodies are lying in that great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah and spiritually called Egypt. Any more? Go back.
Let me write this coming down to the right.
Go ahead. Isaiah 30.
Isaiah chapter 30, that want to go down into Egypt, and I'm not asked at my mouth.
And you haven't asked at the mouth of the Heavenly Father. You're asking at the mouth of America, at the governor, at the president, President Trump, okay? President Trump. You're asking all these white people for some type of deliverance, some type of help, some type of aid, but they're not happy for you, okay? Their aid is for their own people. Read.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
And you have strengthened yourself in the strength of Pharaoh. The modern day Pharaoh is the president of the United States, which is Donald Trump. Okay? You have strengthened yourself by the hand of Pharaoh, which is the UN. Okay, go ahead.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
And the trust in the shadow of Egypt shall be your confusion. The trust in the shadow of America shall be your downfall. Because when America heads towards the Third World War, when this economic disaster hits America, you so-called black people are going to be caught up. Okay? Welfare is about to be cut off. Food stamps is about to be cut off. Social Security is about to be cut off. All this is going to happen because the Most High is bringing judgment on America, which is known as Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. Your trust should be into the word of the Heavenly Father. Your trust is supposed to be in the moral, civil, and dietary laws found in the Torah. That's what you're supposed to trust in. Trust in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. All right? That's where your trust needs to lie in. Ready?
Shabbat Shalom, Israel. You know, hey, your trust should be in Yahweh Mashiach Yahushai, man. Ba'Shem, all right? A Mashiach Yahushai. All your trust should be in him. Everybody around here acting like ain't nothing going on, man. But what? Y'all gonna be running around here like a chicken with his neck cut off real soon. Because hell's gonna come to this side of the world, man. Hell will come to this side of the world. Our people are nuts. Manifestation. Nuts.
What do you want me to fix about it?
What?
What do you want me to fix about it?
No, just, more this way. You got me? I want y'all up something. You like right here. I was supposed to research with you. It's your Shabbat, so we're going to teach you everything on Shabbat, man. Give me Judges 5 and 11. And shout out to that. You got 5 and 11. Go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of dry water.
Because y'all are so caught up in this world that you're not paying attention, all right? A select few will be saved from these archers. What archers you might say? The ones Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, and a lot of these other nations are going to send over here. They that are delivered is talking about the 144 and the 1/3. That's what they're talking about. 2/3 got to die here. So you are not they. You are those others. Read.
Here shall they rehearse.
What?
Here shall they rehearse.
So if you're in New York, Japan, Chicago, Australia, San Diego, Mission Beach, Point Loma, there shall you rehearse what?
The righteous acts of the Lord.
Things that are right. Things that he tell you in the Torah what to do. Read.
Even righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
This is actually a village turned to a city. That lady that's walking across the street, she's an inhabitant. We're supposed to be teaching her. I know you're an adversary. Hey, the so-called Mexican woman is burnt out. All right? Just like the Negro woman, just like the Native Indian woman. She's yelling Satan. Go ahead.
Then shall the people of the Lord.
Then what?
Then shall the people of the Lord.
Then shall the people of the Lord, because Satanists is going to die here. They're going to get shot up. Read enough.
This is Exodus, chapter 16.
That's why the Satanist is working at a restaurant. All right? Because the Most High going to make sure they go through rigorous treatment. Read.
Verse 23. And he said unto them.
And he what?
And he said unto them.
And he what?
And he said unto them.
Talking about the children of Israel. Read.
This is that which the Lord has said. Tomorrow, rest of the holy Sabbath.
Of the rest of a separate rest day, man. Only to the children of Israel. Read.
Unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today.
So if everybody of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, Central America, South America is out here cooking, you are transgressing according to the Most High God Yahweh. Read.
And see that you will see it. And that which go lay up for you to catch.
So see who you got to see before that day. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, today you out. If you're not teaching, you're transgressing. Azteca kept the law. All right? Assembly of times, they kept the law, man. Read. Is that it? And that's the thing. That's what happened. Nobody's keeping the law, man. And, give me Exodus 20 and 10 tonight since you're already there. And give me Exodus 31 and 14.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it, thou shalt not do any work.
In it what?
In it, thou shalt not do any work.
All right. In it you shall not do any work in the day of the Shabbat. Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Panamanians, Seminole Indian descent, you are not to do any work on this day. You are to rest. All right? Read.
Thou know thy son, nor thy daughter.
Not your son, not your daughter. Don't tell them to go to work today. They should be staying home. Read.
Thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
No, thy manservant and maidservant. And this scripture is talking about your people that can be your servants. Read.
Nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger.
Not even your dog, not even your cattle, not even your ox is going to work on that day. Nothing. Your birds are not even going to tweedledee. Read.
I'll sit on that.
All right. The stranger that is in thy gates, is talking about the Israelites on Salakia. The stranger that was within thy gates is talking about an Israelite, and the maidservant in them is talking about the heathens. If they're in your house, they're going to have to keep the Sabbath because they're working for you. All right, read that, son.
Exodus 31, verse 14. He shall keep the Shabbat, therefore, for it is holy unto you.
For what?
For it is holy unto you.
If you look in the Strongs in the Hebrew, all right, H6944, all right, means separate. It is separate unto you. Read.
Everyone that defileth it.
Every what?
Everyone that defileth
Only
it.
a couple.
Everyone
Read.
that defileth it shall surely be put to
So
death.
how you defile it? How you defile it, man? We gonna find out how you defile it. What is that? Read 14, 17, I told you that, right? 14, 14, 31, 14. All right, go ahead and read.
For whosoever doeth any work therein.
So that girl that just walked across the street, who saved this? That's an Hispanic female. She's doing work there, and she's going to be put to death. And she's a Satanist. She said, hell Satan. Like it's going to work in that thing. That's what she was throwing up. Read.
That soul shall be cut off from amongst his people.
That soul's been cut off from amongst his people. That's why she's going through other doctrine. She's been cut off from amongst her people. She don't care. The more that she doesn't care, so he let her lead her own way into destruction. Read.
6 days.
What?
6 days.
5 days.
6 days.
7 days.
6 days.
Read.
May work be done.
May what?
May work be done.
So today, the Negro, Latino, Native Indians, Central Americans, South Americans should not be working, should not be outside. Read.
But 7 is the Sabbath of rest.
They should be resting. They should be resting in the house, man. The Negro, Hispanic, and Native Indian supposed to be resting today. This is our rest day, man. It's the Holy Shabbat, man. Read.
Holy to the Lord.
Separate unto the Lord, man. We have the only living God, man. That's why we're going through this hell. Read.
Whosoever doeth any work
Whosoever doeth any work out of the people that are on this side, read.
in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death.
Hey,
God.
the Most High is slow to anger, man. He is slow to anger. So it's going to happen. Is that 17 where you at?
Nah, that's I'm on 60.
Huh, keep reading.
Wherefore, the children of Yasharallah shall keep the Shabbat.
Shall what?
Shall keep the Shabbat.
Read.
To observe the Sabbath throughout their generation.
Huh. That's their life, man, throughout the generation. That goes from this son to that son to this son to that son. Because each son pushes out a generation, man. Read.
For a perpetual.
For a what?
For a perpetual
Continual. Read.
covenant.
For a continual covenant. It's not going to stop. So it's perpetual. Read.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel.
It is a sign between who?
Me and the children of Israel.
No one else. It is a sign between the Most High God and the children of Israel. Read.
Forever.
For what?
Forever.
Forever. So that means it never stopped, man. That's why we're going through all this hell. That's why we walking around talking about Satanism. We talking about hell Satan. Don't even know what Satan is by what the white man put inside the book. That's it, man. Satan don't have no sign. The scriptures don't say Satan has signs. He don't say he has hands gestures. He don't say none of that, man. Satan worked for the Most High, and she don't even know that. What is that in Job? What's that?
What?
Job. I got it. Going to and fro. for the Most High, man. She told us Satan is not knowing Satan works for the Most High. Give me Job 22 if you know that, right? Satan works for the Most High. She don't even know that. How you gonna worship someone else that worships the Creator? That is crazy, man. She tripping. She is destroyed, man, because she lacked the knowledge, man. Because she rejects the law, man, she's destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because she don't know. That Job 2, you got that? Read that.
Job chapter 2, verse 2.
Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan.
And the what?
And the Lord said unto Satan.
The Lord said unto Satan, read.
From whence comest thou?
He said, where are you coming from? Read.
And Satan answered the Lord.
And what? Hold on, Satan what?
And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth.
So if Satan was going from to and fro in the earth, causing mischief and confusion, read.
And from walking up and down in it.
And from walking up and down in it, read. Keep going.
The Lord said unto Satan,
read.
Hast thou considered my servant Job?
So, hey, she threw up a Satanist sign. Satan works for God. How can you be a Satanist and he work for God? God is over Satan. So if you worship Satan, that is stupid. That is stupid, man. To work for a man that works for the man. That's what I'm saying. They went straight to the middleman.
That there is none like him in the earth.
So he said, can you consider about my servant Job? There's nothing like him. All right? Consider him. So if the Most High is saying that, who controls him? Read.
A perfect and upright man, one that feared God.
So he's perfect and upright. The Most High esteems him higher than Satan. Read.
And he streweth evil, and still he holdeth fast.
He pushes away evil and transgression, man. Read.
And still he holdeth fast. And still he holdeth fast his integrity.
And still he holds fast his integrity, man. Read.
Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause.
So Satan will move him against him to destroy him without cause, man. Satan don't care. That's what he was created for. Keep reading, man. Keep reading. We got meat on that ball.
And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Hey, Satan worked for the Most High. So that woman right there that was talking about hell Satan, how can you say hell Satan when Satan worked for the Most High? Most High looking at her like she crazy. He worked for the Most High. Hey, go back. Go ahead.
4 and 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed.
And on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. Read. Give me I want you to give me Exodus 35 and 2. Okay. How you doing today, sir? I hope you're fine today, okay? All right, because today's the Sabbath, you're supposed to be resting, sis. Go ahead, bring that up, Shaq.
Exodus chapter 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
Read. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Hey, and the Negro Latino Native Indian, y'all should kindle no fire upon the Sabbath day, man. That means no cooking. Whatever you have to cook the day before. It's called the preparation day, man. All right? Bring that out. And this is the cause of everything. The Most High has visited our people so many times. All right? Read that now.
Jeremiah 6:23. But this thing communing I with them. Say, obey my voice, and I will be your God. And ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that I may that it may be well with you. But this thing communicate I them, say, obey my voice, and I will be your God.
So the Most High was always telling us, obey his voice, and he will be your God. We're going to find out what the Most High's voice is. All right? Read.
Ye shall be my and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you.
So walk in all the ways that he has commanded you, man. All those ways are in the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Read.
That it may be well unto you.
That it may be well to you, man. How is it may be well? You won't need walker. You won't need crutches. You won't need a diet. All right? You're going to understand that pork is very bad. The law is not done away with. All right, read.
They hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward.
So nor are people will ever hearken. Still to this day, they are stiff-necked people, man. They will not change. They are real undermined people, man. You tell them something, and they'll undermine what you're saying. Hard-headed. Yeah, hard-headed. Read.
Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets.
Hey, the Most High God is a black man with a bunch of bad kids. And I'm gonna keep saying that. All right, read.
I have even sent unto you all my servants.
Hey, he's basically saying, man, ever since we came out of a bunch of ever since I brought you out the house, you've been bad as hell, man. Ever since I got you out of detention, you've been bad as hell. Y'all been doing a lot of stuff. Hey, go ahead and read. Go ahead and read.
I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets. All my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early.
So all his servants, the prophets, daily rising up. Daily rising up, man. To do what, read?
And sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walk in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil hearts.
So that's why the Most High said, hey, the mind is wicked above all things. The heart is wicked above all things. Our people continually walk in the counsel of their own mind. That's why it's the Most High said, he said, take counsel out of thy own mind. Because we do that. We don't think to ourselves what is good, man, but it's not good according to the law. Read.
And went backward and not forward, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt.
So he said, since we came out of the land of Egypt, we went backwards and we have not stepped forward. We have not stepped forward to the plate to step up to the responsibility of ruling this planet, man. All right, read.
Unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants.
He said, until this day I have sent unto you my servants. We are the servants of the Most High, but you hearken not.
The prophets.
The what?
The prophets.
The prophets stand before you, but you hearken not. Read.
Daily rising up early and sending them.
That's daily. What he's talking about right there is we are what? We are doing what? We are staying diligent. We are diligently rising up all the time to come out and teach.
Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, nor harden their neck.
That was a key part right there. He said, and still they hearken not unto me. Was the Most High there, or was his spokesman there? His spokesman, the prophets, man. You get that precept I asked for you? Read that real quick.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 70. As he spake, by the mouth of his holy prophet.
By the what?
By the mouth
It said,
of his holy prophet.
He spake by the mouth of his holy prophet. What's going on, Kush? What's up, Reed?
Which have been since the world began.
Been since the world began, man. Reed?
That we should be saved from our enemy.
Yeah, we what?
Should be saved from our enemy.
Read that enough.
Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline your ear.
That's right. We didn't hearken unto him. He sent his holy prophets, and he spoke by his holy prophets to warn us that we hearken not. Read.
Worse than their father.
But they did worse than their fathers. Dang. Read.
Therefore, thou shalt speak all these words
Give me
unto
Jude
them.
5 and 20 Bible good shot. Read.
Therefore, thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer to thee.
Yeah. He was saying that to I think he was saying to Samuel. All right. They said Israel was telling Samuel that they wanted a king. Right? And then he was going to tell the Most High. The Most High said, "Man, don't tell me. They're not going to listen to you. They'll listen to you before they listen to you." Right? That's what they said. And this is what. Read that real quick. Judith 5 and 20, man. That's why everything that we do is separate. If somebody know that you have a God, and you're the only one that has a God, that your God can destroy everything in their path, they need to try to get to you so that they can live well. They need to destroy you. Now, Judas is into the prophet. At the focus.
Judith chapter 5 verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Go to verse 19 real quick and read back down.
Okay.
He said, consider this to be their ruin. If we sin against our God, right? Read.
Judith chapter 5 verse 19. But now are they returned to their God.
And that's what happened right now. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians are returning to their God because we have the only living God. Only a living God can destroy the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians like this right now. Only a God can do that, man. Read.
And are come up from the places.
And we've come up from these dirty places, man. We've come up from the... Read that, man. Come on.
Where they were scattered.
Where they what?
Where they were
To
scattered.
the four corners of the earth. Central America, South America, right? All right. West and east. Read.
And have possessed Jerusalem.
Read.
Where their sanctuary is.
Read.
And are seated in the hill country.
How have we possessed Jerusalem, the sanctuary? Now we pray to the east. Now we know where to pray to. Read.
For it was desolate. Now therefore, my
It
Lord,
was desolate. There was no prayers going that way. There was no prayers going towards the east. We didn't see none that way, man. Read.
now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So if we don't want nothing to be our ruin, we need to return to our God, man. Our God. All right? We don't need to return to Roman Catholicism, to the Catholic Church, to the Christian Church, to Islam, to Buddha. We don't need to be doing no spiritual healing stuff like that. We need to return to the God of the Bible, which is Yahweh. Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And he said, let us go up so we shall overcome them, man. How are they going to overcome? Keep reading.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
So if there's no iniquity in us, there has to be iniquity in us for them to overcome us. Read.
let my Lord now pass by.
He said, hey, just leave them alone. Leave them alone if there's no iniquity in them, man, because they're just going to destroy you. Read.
Lest their Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
I mean, they're going to tear us up and everybody else find out about it. And that's what they go for. They don't want us to tear ourselves. They want to distract the other people that are listening to us. They do what they do now. Man, they want to start a race war. They got to start a race war. That's why that hat says, "Make America Great Again." So every time a white person look at that hat, they say, "Make America Great Again." It's like a chant. It's a chant. It's a chant. Chant, man. Give me 16 and 19. Finish reading? Oh no, never mind. Not you, not. And that's what's happening, man. We are being destroyed in many battles right now, man. The battle to take care of our own children. You know, our males are being put into prison. You know, that's a battle. Dealing with our family, that's a battle. With our women, that's a battle. You know what I'm saying? Read that, not.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 19.
Exodus 2 and 14.
Thou shalt not rest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons.
That should not rest judgment, man. That's what's wrong with our people. We keep resting judgment. We keep letting what our people are doing. We keep letting what our people are doing go untouched. We not saying nothing to them. We just letting it go by. And you gotta say it, man. You always gotta tell them what they're doing wrong. You just gotta find a way to tell them. And the only way to tell them is show it to them. Now, this is what you're doing wrong. Read.
Neither take a gift, for a gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise.
So a wise man should not take a gift from no one. All right. So when you rest, you know how you can tell, like if you got a mom's, right? You want to tell her she's wrong, but you know if you tell her she's wrong and you make her feel that she's wrong, she may not fuck with you. It's like your cousin. That's a gift. Is you not telling them they wrong just so they can stay around you. But you don't want to lose it. But the most, Yahweh Shai said, he, she, or him, or my brothers and my sisters, or my mother, who do the will of the Lord. That's what it is, man. Sometimes we just gonna have to go without. You know, cut the umbilical cord. On our bros, on your friends, on your cousins. All right, don't rest judgment on them just to keep them around you, because that's that last little bit of them that don't want to hang on to the truth. They don't want you. They want to pull you right back into the fire. They're hanging on to you. You got to push them away now. You got to tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. And what is another place? Right? There's hatred amongst brothers, right? Read that real quick now.
Deuteronomy 16, verse 19. Thou shalt not rest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
20, 14, 19.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And read on down, right?
Come, you're going to read to just 20 and 14. Chapter 20, verse 14.
It says,
This is a big problem in our community right here. Read.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Brothers are sleeping with other brothers. Man, you can't even sleep with the heathen's wife. Just because he's a heathen and he not our people, that's still unrighteous. You still can't go and take their wife. That's unrighteous. The Most High is a righteous man. He ain't finna take that either, but he gonna sleep with nobody's wife. And the way a woman commits adultery is, she's in the presence of a man. She's talking to him, or she's at the bar with a man. She's sitting down with him. Right? I think that real quick. It's for edification. It's the Rock 99. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. You don't ever sit with another man's wife. Hey, sis. All right, you can talk all you want to, but when it comes to teaching and stuff, don't never teach it. Don't ever teach it. Go to your husband for that. That's what you got him for. She was like, that ain't my husband, because that's his world. Once you lay down with that woman, that's your wife. As soon as you put your rod in her, that's your wife. You know what I mean? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? So that's why you don't sit not at all with another man's wife. It's just you're not supposed to, man. Those are the bones of his bones. Let me get that real quick. Bones of my bones, that's my bones. This is Genesis chapter 2 and verse 23, man. And it was from the beginning, it was so, man. And Yahweh Shai told you that. He said from the beginning, it wasn't so, all right? And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones. What is that? That means this is now bone of my bones. Like, these bones belong to me. These are bones of my bones. They belong to me. That's possessing. Those are possession. If these bones are my bones now, and they belong to me, I get to do what I please with these bones. They're mine, right? And flesh of my flesh, all right? And the flesh of my flesh, my flesh. That when his rod went into that woman, that became his wife. Still possessed. She still belongs to him now. Flesh of my flesh. Bones of...
Exodus chapter 20, verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Read that to that, yeah.
Proverbs chapter 6.
And this is what happens when another man sits with another man's wife. Read.
Verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of strange women.
So that's what happens when a woman, we're going to read down with that. 35. To keep what?
To keep from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of the strange women.
Nowadays, these women are very flattered. She'll have a man at home, and she'll still go and try to get another man. That is a whorish woman, man. She got demons on her. She got demons on her. Read.
Lust not after her beauty in thine heart.
Lust not after her beauty, man. Don't go after her beauty because she's beautiful. And lust the what?
Lust not after her beauty in thine heart.
And Yahweh Shai clearly came and said, hey, if a man can commit adultery with a woman in his mind, he has transgressed. So that, right there is because of that. Because in your mind, you're thinking about smashing that woman now. And what you're going to do now? You're going to go after her. You're going to lust after her. Read. We got them. We're going to get them for you. Go ahead.
Neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
Read.
For by means of a whorish woman.
Them eyelids. That's a whore. You can tell about a whorish woman because she's going to bat them eyes at you. She's going to look at you. She's going to be like, whorish woman. 9 times out of 10, she got a husband. And she's promised him one. And if she ain't laying with him, she's already talking to a dude that said that she's like, all right, cool, we're going to get together. Let's just take it slow. Right? When she made that promise to that man, that's a vow. Now she's engaged to him. We're just going to take it slow. I'm with you. That's just like being engaged until they go in. She's married. That's her husband. She can say all he wants to that, this ain't my husband, I ain't slept with him. You already made a promise already. You're going to take it slow. That is your husband. That's like your fiance. The Most High consider that her husband. Read. Read.
For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread.
Get the talking about that. Go ahead.
It's all so small.
And the adulteries will hunt for the precious blood. Did their head take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burnt? Come on, go up.
Can you with if a man can take fire, you think that a man can take fire in his bosom and not be burnt? You think that a man can look at this fine woman and not want to take her down? Nah, man. The other one. Put another one. There you go. He gonna look at that fine woman and want to take her down. He's taking fire into his chest. He got to put it out. He's burning. That flesh is burning. He want to take that down. Read.
Give one go upon hot coals.
And one what?
Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt?
Man. Read.
So he that goes to his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her, shall not be innocent.
Whoever so touches the neighbor's wife, he's going to be innocent, man. If you touch her with your words, you're not innocent. If you physically touch her or psychologically touch her, you're not innocent, man. Read.
Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul.
So don't despise the thief because he's still to satisfy his soul. But this ain't your ordinary thief. He's not stealing to satisfy his soul. He's stealing to satisfy his flesh. And you gotta hold that right. It's going.
When he is hungry, but if he be found, he shall be restored sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house.
See, a man that's still to satisfy his hunger and stuff, he can replace that back, man. He can replace that back, dude.
A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. But whoso committeth, but if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall.
You can restore that. You can restore what you stole from somebody. Read.
He shall give all the substance of his house. Whoso committeth adultery with the woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth destroys his own soul.
He destroys his own soul. That you can't replace. That you can't replace. A man that steals something to satisfy his hunger, he can replace that. And nobody really, a man won't trip because he stole from it. But a man that committed adultery with another man's wife, he has destroyed his soul. He can't replace that, man. This was going to happen with that, Reed.
A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
A wound and dishonor, what is that? Bricks. And his name being dishonored throughout the land. Everybody gonna watch you. They gonna watch your kids. If you like that, your kids like that. Read.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
For what?
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
Jealousy is a rage of a man, right?
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Ain't no man gonna spare another man's wife. Ain't no man gonna spare another man for sleeping with his wife. Would you spare a man for sleeping with your wife?
No, sir.
Hey, the scripture said, hey, he won't. Most High said he won't, man. Hey, sleep with my wife, I ain't sparing you. Read.
He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content.
He don't want no money from you. He don't want nothing. He wants blood. He wants blood. That's why you don't talk to another man. It's sin to talk to another man's wife, man. It's a sin. All right? If that man has agreed that he can talk to his wife in the school, he can talk to his wife, don't even talk to her. If you're ministering to her, right there, cool. If her husband's by her, cool. Minister, if he accepts ministering to him, going to push her to the side. But if she says she's coming at these questions, we can minister to him. And we got to watch how we talk to her. Right? Go ahead.
No, thou givest away many gifts.
So what?
No, thou givest away many gifts.
Don't like give us away many gifts, man. This is what we come to teach y'all on the Shabbat, man. Now we're going to teach y'all these things, and it's very important. It's very important.
We're not eating there though, baby.
Go on some good articles, man. Let's see. I was just talking to this one elder at work about the chemtrails and stuff. Uh, I was just talking to his brother. He said, "Oh man, that is just a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy. You can't." He didn't say I can't prove it.
You can't prove it. It can be proven.
Yeah.
With video.
He goes, "Man, that's just a conspiracy theory. That's not true, man. I done read up on a lot of scientists that said that ain't true and this and that." So I was like, "Hey, well, since you said I'm wrong, now you bear the burden of proof. Now prove it. Give me some people I can go and read and give it to." He kept beating around the bush because I was talking to another brother. I was like, "Listen to him." I was telling him the way it goes. If you say something is happening and you read upon this and you know this for sure, and somebody comes along and tells you that you're wrong, they now bear the burden of proof. They have to prove it. And that helped them understand what the other brother was doing. So I wasn't saying that. Every time he go into it, he'd just try to go all hard. You know what I mean? This and that. So I was like, "Hey, check this out. Show me proof. Don't tell me I'm wrong and you can't prove it. You're just saying that just to prove me wrong. Just to everybody
Just to
else
say that you're wrong.
Yeah, just to say that I'm wrong, but you can't prove it. So I'm just saying, calmly, give me proof. Write some names down. Write it down. Let's go. So I can get it and compare the two. Compare what they say based off of what I read.
Right.
But he can't do it, and he won't do it. Every time I'm talking to somebody, he'll come along, and chemtrails just happen to come up every time he came around, and he say I'm wrong, but he still can't prove. Still can't show proof.
You should prove them wrong.
I am. I'm gonna build it up. I'm gonna go to all my resources, gather. I'm gonna go to Officer Ray Uppy and get some resources for him to go to, and over here too. And then I'm gonna bring it up again and be like, "Man, check this out. Boom, 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 boom. Where's yours?" Read that real quick, all right?
NASA admits to spraying Americans with poisonous chemtrails.
And why? Read.
NASA have admitted to spraying lethal chemtrails in our atmosphere, saying that lithium being sprayed into the Earth's ionosphere,
Lithium.
Hey,
read.
Helps to treat people with manic depression.
With what?
With manic depression.
Bipolar. They trying to help bipolar. Are they trying to help white people? Read.
Or bipolar disorder.
Read.
NASA personnel have come forward saying that lithium, along with other...
Hey, if a plane is flying by and it's leaving a streak in the air, that's got something pouring out of it. Like those crop dusters. The crop dusters go to the sky and they leave something. They don't have big jets. I can tell you. That crop duster could be way up there and then come down on this plane. On his way up there. The plane's a little bit higher, but they're leaving out bigger smoke.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of smoke.
Like that right there.
Exactly. And it'll leave a stream across the sky. Read.
NASA confesses to dosing Americans
NASA confesses. Read.
With airborne lithium.
Airborne. Hey, the white man is admitting a lot of things now. And you know, Jake is just not paying attention to anything. They don't care. They was like, "Man, that's just a conspiracy."
Hey, we're not hiding nothing.
No, he not no
No,
more.
he ain't gotta
He
hide.
coming out.
He ain't gotta hide
He
nothing
coming
no
out the
more.
closet.
Our people ain't gonna remember, ain't gonna condemn him, and ain't gonna believe nothing he says. All right, read.
And other chemicals. There's the official explanation for why NASA is spraying lithium. A pharmaceutical drug most often used to treat people with manic depression or bipolar disorder. often used to treat people with manic depression or bipolar disorder into our ionosphere, and then there is a probable reason.
Into our ionosphere. All right? Read.
It would be easier to accept NASA's official explanation if they were not so secretive about everything they study and do in space. But one thing is for certain. NASA's own personnel have admitted that lithium, along with other chemicals, are intentionally...
Along with what?
Along with other chemicals.
Along with other chemicals, like every time somebody, a mass of people get sick with the same thing, how is that conspiracy? Everybody getting sick at the same time with pneumonia, with the flu. Everybody doing it to the hospital. There's a lot of drugs back. There's a lot of germs all over the place. That's stupid. Everybody getting sick at the same time. Come on, man. Everybody got the same symptom all of a sudden. Like some one person went somewhere and started wiping their hands all over the phone. Not everybody got it. Nah, man. Read.
In the first bombshell video, a NASA employee admits that lithium is being sprayed in the atmosphere and says that it is harmless to the environment.
Hold on. Let me ask you guys this. Why spray lithium in the air to help people with bipolar disorder when you can just give them the medication at the store for them? Say, hey, we're trying to help you with bipolar disorder. So why spend all that money to put in the atmosphere? We can just send it to your house. Why are you spraying stuff into the atmosphere? That's insane, Reed.
I'd like to point you to some references so that you can do your own research.
We got some references coming up, right? So everybody can do their own research, Reed.
And discover that this is no conspiracy theory.
Reed.
It is very real. And there is ample scientific documentation to corroborate with what I put forth here. A PubMed abstract titled Feasibility of Aerosol Vaccinations in Humans discusses how an increase in antigen volume can be beneficial.
How to increase an antigen volume, right? Can be beneficial in aerosol delivery. Wow.
And can be used in developing countries and disaster areas. The abstract also admits that several thousand human subjects have already been using aerosol, vaccinated with live attenuated measles.
We're gonna look up this aerosol, though. All right. What is aerosol? Aerosol? What is aerosol?
see how they do that now. Because it says the only people only spray by being under pressure. So they use those gas. They use those.
Read that.
The definition of aerosol: a substance enclosed under pressure and able to be released as a fine spray, typically made by propellant gas. An aerosol is a suspension of fine solid particles or
Fine solid particles.
liquid droplets.
And you can always mix things with that. Read.
Or in air or another gas.
An aerosol can, right? Spray. Aerosol can, right? And the stuff that you spray out, it's an aerosol. You know, you can spray some stuff out of it. And you got disinfectant. You can have it at aerosol.
And this is not no like little like psst. This is like it can show in the sky. Because when you spray in the air, you can't see it. But they're spraying in the sky and you can see it. That means that's a lot.
And you know those air bottles, you know how it tells you not to get it in your mouth and all of that. That's all of that. Inhaling it and stuff. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, read. Shop.
Another discussion of aerosolized vaccinations can be found in the New England Journal of Medicine.
So that's a resource. That's a source. The New England Journal of Medicine. Read.
A randomized controlled trial of aerosolized vaccines against measles states that these vaccines were tested on children in India that were as young as 9 months old.
They're testing on Indians.
India.
That are 9 months old.
India? Shit was from India? Yeah, they tested these. Hey, read that here. Read that here.
States that these vaccines were tested on children. Okay.
This is a resource to go to. Read.
The New England Journal of Medicine. A randomized controlled trial of aerosolized vaccines against measles states that these vaccines were tested on children in India that were as young as 9 months old.
So NASA is admitting to this, man. And they're also giving you resources of the chemtrails they be putting in the sky over America. Read.
The World Health Organization has been researching
Now this is another resource, all right, Reese?
aerosol vaccines for years now, as have philanthropic agencies which have clear aims to sterilize the population. It is worth noting that the pharmaceutical industry and have been absolved from any legal responsibility for medicating the masses since they were awarded.
Medicate with the masses? What they need to medicate us?
Since they were awarded legal protection from all lawsuits by Congress in 1986.
So NASA gets to put chemtrails into the sky to medicate us some odd reason, and they get to get off. What? Read it again.
Absolved from any legal responsibility for medicating the masses since they were awarded legal protection from all lawsuits by Congress in 1986.
So basically, NASA gets to spray illegal chemicals into the sky and get off with it. The chemtrails that we spray in the sky, you see that long chemtrail smoke going across the sky?
Oh yeah, like they do every day, like to make a fake cloud.
They do, like they said right here, they do it all the time.
They make a fake cloud.
This law was challenged, but
Deuteronomy 6:2.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 2. That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments.